Kurt Busch has just announced he will not return in 2022 and will not race full-time in 2023. Tyler Reddick will replace him in the 45 car in 2023. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Got a special report here for you guys, as it was just announced a few minutes ago that Kurt Busch just announced himself that he will not race full-time in 2023. Now, Kurt Busch did say today that he's not out of the running of maybe running a few select races in 2023 if he is medically cleared, but Kurt Busch confirms he will not return to full-time competition in 2023. First of all, this is really, really unfortunate for Kurt Busch. You think about what Kurt Busch has been able to accomplish in racing, and I know that Kurt Busch really does want to come back and race in the Cup Series, but he basically said 100% it's because of his health and safety is a big reason why he wants to basically take the steps, and the doctor told him that he will not return next year. Not a major shock to me, in my opinion, that this is happening. Again, the good news is Kurt Busch did not say that he is retiring from racing in 2023. He just announced he will not return to full-time competition. It is really, really unfortunate, because to be honest with you guys, I really wanted Kurt Busch to come back and race full-time in 2023 to drive the 45 car, but his health and safety is the most important thing, and it really, really sucked to the crash at Pocono that happened, and he really says that that's not the main thing that really caused all these issues. He had a lot of wrecks that really led up, and he's had a lot of wrecks throughout his career that really led up to these situations that led to his unfortunate concussions that really came into play. And again, it really sucks to see that Kurt Busch ain't going to be returning. It sucks to see that, what Kurt Busch has been able to accomplish. And you think about everything Kurt Busch has been able to accomplish. Kurt Busch has gone on to win the Daytona 500 in 2017. Gone on to win a Cup Series championship in 2004. He's one of like 35 or 36 drivers winning all three series. He's won the All-Star race, won the Coke 600 in 2010, and also Kurt Busch, to me, is for sure a first ballot Hall of Famer when it does happen. Now, like I said, Kurt Busch did say he is not out of the running. If he does get clear 100%, he will run a few select races, more than likely with a 23-11 team. If they do end up running a third car, it'll more likely be an open car next year. But Kurt Busch really does want to come back, but he has to be 100% better. So at least there's a little bit good news here. The good news is Kurt Busch is not out of the running to maybe come back in the not-so-distant future. I just hope Kurt Busch will also not return next year. It makes a lot of sense for him to take his health and safety as the #1 most important thing, and it's just a really, really sad situation on this front. It's a really sad situation nonetheless, and it sucks that Kurt Busch's career has really been kind of halted, and he basically got choked up in the press conference, which was really, really sad to see, unfortunately. But on the other side of things, let's talk about Tyler Reddick. Richard Childress Racing basically has confirmed that they have basically sold their charter. Basically, 2311 Racing has bought the contract from Richard Childress Racing of Tyler Reddick, and Tyler Reddick will be leaving Richard Childress Racing at the end of this year to go over and drive the 45 car for 2311 Racing heading into 2023. I know that Tyler Reddick did not want this to go down this way. They did not want that Reddick to be there early. I know Reddick probably wanted to stay at Richard Childress Racing for a year, but it isn't a major surprise to me that they've bought out the contract. Richard really did not want Tyler Reddick around, and honestly, Reddick was going to struggle. I expect big things from Tyler Reddick, though, going into 2023, driving that 45 car. Tyler Reddick is a really, really talented driver, in my opinion, and he's done a lot of great things in his NASCAR career up to this point. He's picked up 3 victories, even though he can't win the championship this year and got eliminated in the round of 16. Reddick is one of only 2 drivers this year that at least has 3 victories and could win his 4th victory this weekend at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. When you think about everything that he's been able to accomplish at Richard Childress Racing, I really think that Reddick is going to gel really well, and he's good friends with Bubba Wallace too, so they're both going to gel really, really well together, and I expect major, major things for both these drivers going into next year. Now, how many wins do I think that Tyler Reddick will get into 2023? I think that Tyler Reddick is going to win at least 3 or 4 races next year, because 2311 Racing is getting faster and faster every single week. And I think with the addition of, again, Kurt Busch will probably be in that advisory role, being a good factor and helping Tyler Reddick and Bubba really gel together. I think that they will do really, really good there. I expect Reddick to be a championship threat next year. I don't know if we'll make it to the championship 4, but I do think that Tyler Reddick will be a pretty big factor in being a championship threat heading into 2023. And I also think Bubba Wallace has a shot of being a legitimate championship threat as well. I think that he will do really good with his team heading into next year, and I expect big things from them going into 2023. But going back to Kurt Busch, I really think that Kurt Busch will go in. I also think at some point that Kurt Busch will go and work in the Fox commentary booth as well. Maybe do some Cup Series commentary for Fox next year. They really only got 2 people that are confirmed for 2023, and I could see them putting like a rotation of 3 people, having Larry McReynolds, Jay McMurray, and Kurt Busch be the 3 people in that rotation of the booth. I think Kurt Busch has done a really good job when he does the truck commentaries and Xfinity commentaries that he's done. I think he's done a really solid and a really good job, and did a really good job last night as well doing the ARCA West commentary. They did really good on the Flow Racing commentary there with Brendan Gaughan and Charlie Crawl. That was a really good broadcast last night. I think Kurt should go and do a little bit of commentary as well. But going back to Kurt Busch, this is such a really unfortunate situation for Kurt Busch. And I don't think Kurt Busch wanted this to really go this way. I think Kurt Busch really did want to return for 2023 to run full time. I know he's been trying to get back to the racetrack as quick as possible. And he's been back at the racetrack, you know. But it wasn't kind of reported that this was going to happen for the team. It really just, and not shocked and surprised that this really happened. But now you get to the other side of the story, and you talk about Richard Childress Racing. They're going to be a 2-car team next year. Austin Dillon will be behind the wheel of the 3-car next year, and then Kyle Busch will be in the 8-car next year. And I think that Richard Childress Racing got a massive, massive signing as well, with Kyle Busch going over and driving the 8-car next year. Kyle Busch is absolutely going to be a championship threat. Look how fast the 18's been with Tyler Reddick. And I'll be honest, I think Kyle Busch is still a better driver than Tyler Reddick. That is no disrespect to Tyler Reddick, but I think that Kyle Busch is still a better driver despite the struggles over the last couple of years. Kyle Busch just needed a new scenery, a new place to go to, and I think this is a great pickup for the team overall. It just, in general, going back though to Kurt Busch, it just sucks to see that this is the end for Kurt Busch, and we're at least on the full-time side of things. Now, it could be possible Kurt Busch does come back in 2024. He does have an option for 2024, so maybe in 2024, if Kurt Busch is clear, he could come back and race full-time. But man, oh man, it sucks that this is the way that things have gone down. And again, I don't think anybody really wanted this to go down this way. I think a lot of people really wanted Kurt Busch to come back and race next year on a full-time scale. But unfortunately, with the situation with Kurt, there's really nothing you can do about it. And it's just, again, it's such a really sad state of affairs and a really sad situation overall for Kurt Busch, and it just sucks that this is how things have gone down. But Kurt Busch has had an incredible career, and it's a really sad situation. And I'll discuss more about this on Monday. We'll do a little bit of a recap on all the news that's happened this weekend, and we'll probably go more in depth talking about this in some of the other areas, because I just kind of give my initial thoughts on the situation and his car. I know they're working on the next-gen car to make those things fixed so we don't have these situations ever happen again. But the next-gen car has kind of affected a career in a big way. Well, a couple big careers, including Alex Bowman. It's a really sad situation and a really sad part, and really sucks to see that this is how Kurt Busch is going out. Really sad situation, in my honest opinion. So, that is here today's special NASCAR news report. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Links in the description below over that. And comment below your thoughts on today's video. How do you feel about Kurt Busch announcing he will not return to full-time competition in 2023? Are you sad about it? Because I sure am. Let me know in the comments below. Later today, after the NASCAR Xfinity Series race, we'll be doing a NASCAR Xfinity Series race review from Las Vegas. Then on Sunday, we'll do the Cup review from Las Vegas. And then on Monday, we'll have a NASCAR News recap video on some of the NASCAR news and other motorsport stories to discuss. That'll be coming out on the channel. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.